Could one small habit be silently raising your blood pressure right now without you even knowing? Most seniors are making these mistakes daily, and the worst part? They feel harmless. But behind the scenes, they're putting your heart, brain, and kidneys at serious risk. Today, we're uncovering 7 blood pressure mistakes seniors make all the time and how to fix each one before it's too late. Because catching just one of these could save you from a stroke or heart attack. Let's jump in. Mistake number 1. Skipping morning medication. It might seem harmless, just one missed pill in the morning. But for seniors managing high blood pressure, that one skipped dose can have serious consequences. Blood pressure medications are most effective when taken consistently at the same time every day. For many, that time is first thing in the morning. Why? Because blood pressure naturally rises in the early hours after waking. It's your body's way of preparing for the day ahead. More movement, more energy, more circulation. But if you're already at risk for hypertension, that morning spike can be dangerous without your medication to control it. Skipping your morning pill, even once, can throw your entire day off balance. Your blood pressure may stay elevated longer than it should, increasing your risk of heart strain, dizziness, or even stroke. And if you make it a habit, or simply forget now and then, it creates a roller coaster effect that weakens your arteries over time. Many seniors skip medications without even realizing it. You wake up late, your routine changes, or you just get distracted. Suddenly, it's lunch and you're wondering, did I take my pill today? Here's a simple fix. Create a medication habit loop. Start by placing your blood pressure medicine somewhere you have to look in the morning, next to your toothbrush, coffee maker, or morning vitamins. If you use a pill organizer, keep it visible, not tucked away in a cabinet. Even better, set a phone alarm labeled "Take BP Meds" and let it nudge you daily. Some people also use sticky notes on the bathroom mirror until the habit locks in. For those on multiple prescriptions, talk to your doctor or pharmacist about combining morning doses into a routine that's easy to follow. Simplicity is key. Also, never stop taking your blood pressure meds without speaking to a healthcare provider. Even if you feel fine, your numbers could be silently creeping up. High blood pressure is often called the silent threat because it doesn't cause symptoms until it's already done serious damage. Sticking to your medication schedule isn't just about numbers on a chart. It's about protecting your brain from strokes, your heart from attacks, and your kidneys from failure. It's about keeping your independence and your energy as you age. So tomorrow morning, when you reach for your toothbrush, ask yourself, did I take my meds? Make it automatic. Make it non-negotiable. Because that small pill may be the single most important thing you do for your heart today. Mistake number 2, not monitoring at home. When was the last time you checked your blood pressure at home? If you're relying only on doctor visits to monitor it, you're taking a silent risk, one that could be building damage inside your body without you ever noticing. Here's the truth. Blood pressure isn't something you check once every few months. It fluctuates daily, sometimes hourly, based on sleep, stress, diet, medication timing, hydration, and even the weather. And for seniors, these fluctuations can be more extreme and more dangerous. Skipping home checks is like driving without a speedometer. You don't know how fast you're going until it's too late. High blood pressure often shows no symptoms at all. That's why it's called the silent killer. You may feel perfectly fine. Even while your blood vessels are under strain, your heart is working overtime, and your risk of stroke or kidney damage is climbing. But there's good news. Monitoring at home gives you back the control. It's simple. Just invest in a reliable, upper-arm digital blood pressure monitor. They're available at most pharmacies or online. Set it up somewhere easy, maybe by your bedside or in the kitchen. Make it part of your routine. Take readings at the same time every day. Morning and evening are best. Sit in a relaxed position, feet flat, back supported, arm resting at heart level. Avoid caffeine or physical activity 30 minutes before. Take 2 readings, a minute apart, and record the average. You don't need to do this every single day. 2 to 3 times per week is enough to spot trends. What you're looking for is consistency and catching those slow climbs before they become dangerous. Now, imagine this. You notice your readings creeping from 125/80 to 140/90 over a few weeks. That change might seem small, but it's the difference between being in the safe zone and entering the high blood pressure range. Catching it early means your doctor can adjust your meds, your diet, or your activity before real harm is done. And if you live alone or don't visit the clinic often, home monitoring becomes even more important. It bridges the gap between appointments. It tells the story your body might not. So, if you're over 65 and not monitoring your blood pressure at home, you're not getting the full picture. Fix that today. Pick up a monitor. Set a reminder. Make it a habit. Because when it comes to your heart and brain, guessing isn't good enough. Mistake number 3, too much salt in healthy foods. You're doing your best. Choosing foods that sound healthy. Whole grain bread, canned vegetable soup, a scoop of cottage cheese with lunch. But here's the problem. Many of these so-called healthy foods are secretly loaded with salt. And for seniors, this silent overload can push your blood pressure into dangerous territory. Most people know to stay away from salty snacks like chips and processed meats. But the hidden sodium in everyday healthy choices is what catches you off guard. Let's take canned soups, for example. Even low-fat vegetable soup can contain over 800 milligrams of sodium in just one serving. That's more than half of the recommended daily limit for older adults. And most people eat more than just one cup. Now think about bread. It seems harmless, but 2 slices of store-bought whole grain bread can pack in up to 300 milligrams of sodium before you've even added a slice of cheese or a smear of butter. And that cheese? Even something as simple as cottage cheese often contains more salt than a bag of chips. 1 cup of cottage cheese can have over 900 milligrams of sodium. It's shocking. Why does this matter? Because salt doesn't show its damage right away. You won't feel it the moment you eat it. But inside, salt is pulling water into your bloodstream, increasing blood volume, and putting more pressure on your blood vessels. Over time, that extra pressure forces your heart to work harder and increases your risk for heart disease, kidney damage, and stroke. For seniors, the danger is even greater. Your kidneys may not filter sodium as efficiently, and your blood vessels may already be stiffening with age. That means even moderate sodium levels can have a bigger impact than they did in your younger years. So what can you do? First, start reading labels. You'll be surprised how much sodium is hiding where you least expect it. Look for low sodium or no salt added options, especially when buying canned or packaged foods. Second, rinse canned beans and vegetables under water to wash away some of the salt before cooking. Third, consider cooking more meals at home using fresh ingredients. When you cook from scratch, you're in control, and it's easier to manage your sodium intake. Another helpful trick: add flavor with herbs and spices instead of salt. Try garlic, basil, lemon juice, or paprika. These boost taste without raising your blood pressure. Remember, it's not about cutting out every grain of salt. Your body still needs some sodium to function. But in today's food world, most of us are getting far more than we need, often from places we'd never expect. By becoming aware of these sneaky sources and making simple swaps, you can protect your heart, lower your blood pressure, and stay healthy longer, all without sacrificing flavor. Mistake number 4, not drinking enough water. You might not feel thirsty, but your body still needs water, especially as you age. Dehydration in seniors often goes unnoticed, and its effects on blood pressure can be surprisingly serious. When your body doesn't get enough fluid, your blood volume decreases. This causes your blood vessels to narrow and your heart to work harder, leading to an increase in blood pressure. Many older adults tend to drink less water throughout the day, either because they don't feel thirsty or they want to avoid frequent bathroom trips. But this seemingly harmless habit can quietly push your numbers into the danger zone. Dehydration also thickens the blood slightly, making it harder to pump. This puts extra strain on the heart and raises the risk of hypertension over time. Some medications, especially those for high blood pressure or heart failure, can make dehydration worse by increasing fluid loss. If you're not replacing that fluid, the imbalance builds up gradually and affects your blood pressure without you realizing it. To prevent this, make hydration part of your daily routine. Start your morning with a glass of water before coffee or tea. Sip water slowly throughout the day instead of waiting until you're thirsty. Don't rely on soft drinks, coffee, or alcohol. These can worsen dehydration. Stick to water, herbal teas, or diluted juices when needed. If plain water feels boring, try adding slices of lemon, cucumber, or mint to make it more appealing. Keep a water bottle nearby while watching TV, reading, or taking a walk. Even mild dehydration can cause a spike in blood pressure and leave you feeling fatigued, dizzy, or lightheaded, especially when standing up. The key is consistency. You don't need to gulp down liters at once. Instead, focus on small, steady sips from morning to evening. This helps keep your blood pressure stable and supports better circulation, digestion, and kidney function. Remember, thirst isn't always a reliable signal. Your body might already be mildly dehydrated by the time you feel thirsty. By the time symptoms appear, your blood pressure may already be higher than normal. If you've been struggling to control your blood pressure despite eating well and taking medication, look at your hydration habits. A simple change, like drinking more water, could have a big impact on your numbers. Mistake number 5, ignoring sleep quality. Sleep isn't just rest. It's a vital reset button for your entire cardiovascular system. But many seniors unknowingly sabotage their blood pressure by ignoring how well they sleep at night. Poor sleep quality, frequent waking, or undiagnosed sleep apnea can quietly raise blood pressure, even if everything else seems under control during the day. When you sleep, your blood pressure naturally dips. This is known as nocturnal dipping, and it gives your heart and blood vessels a much-needed break. But when sleep is disrupted, your body stays in a state of alert. Stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline remain active, keeping your pressure elevated through the night and into the morning. Sleep apnea is a major culprit here, and one of the most underdiagnosed issues in older adults. This condition causes repeated interruptions in breathing while sleeping, sometimes hundreds of times a night. Every time your breathing stops, oxygen levels drop and your body responds with a surge of blood pressure to compensate. Over time, this pattern damages blood vessels and increases the risk of heart attack and stroke. Even without sleep apnea, chronic sleep deprivation is harmful. Seniors may struggle with falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking up too early. Add in nighttime bathroom trips or medications that interfere with rest, and quality sleep quickly disappears. But the damage builds silently. So what can you do? First, track your sleep. If you're waking up tired, groggy, or with morning headaches, it could be a sign of poor sleep or undiagnosed apnea. Consider using a sleep tracker or discussing symptoms with your doctor. In some cases, a sleep study may be needed to identify underlying problems. Second, create a sleep-friendly routine. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Avoid caffeine or heavy meals in the evening, and keep screens out of the bedroom. A dark, cool, quiet room can make a big difference. Third, watch your breathing. If someone tells you that you snore loudly, gasp for air in your sleep, or stop breathing, don't ignore it. Sleep apnea treatments, such as CPAP machines or dental devices, can dramatically improve both your rest and your blood pressure. Never assume poor sleep is just part of getting older. It's not. And ignoring it could be costing you more than just fatigue. It could be quietly pushing your blood pressure into dangerous territory. Your heart needs quality sleep just as much as your body and brain. By improving your sleep habits, you're not just feeling more rested, you're lowering your risk of long-term health issues. Mistake number 6, relying only on pills. For many seniors, managing high blood pressure starts and ends with a pill. It feels simple. Take your medication each day and trust that it's doing the job. But here's the truth. Relying only on medication without making lifestyle changes is one of the most common and risky mistakes people over 65 make. Blood pressure medication can be effective, yes, but it's not magic. Without support from daily habits, what you eat, how much you move, how you handle stress, the pill alone may not keep your numbers in check. In fact, over time, your body can build tolerance, or your condition can progress if underlying triggers aren't addressed. Let's start with food. A high-sodium diet, low intake of potassium, or too many processed snacks can cancel out the benefits of your medication. Even if your pill is lowering your pressure slightly, salty meals or sugary drinks could be quietly raising it right back up. That's why the DASH diet, rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains, is often recommended. It supports your medication instead of working against it. Now let's talk about movement. Sedentary lifestyles are common among seniors, but physical activity is a natural blood pressure regulator. Something as simple as walking for 30 minutes most days can improve circulation, reduce arterial stiffness, and support heart health. Without it, your medication is fighting a battle alone. Stress is another factor. Chronic tension or anxiety triggers your fight-or-flight system, which releases hormones that elevate blood pressure. If you never address stress through deep breathing, meditation, or simple downtime, you're asking your prescription to cover too much ground on its own. And here's a critical point. Pills don't change root causes. They don't improve sleep, they don't make your arteries more flexible, and they certainly don't reduce your stress or improve your nutrition. They're just one part of the puzzle. The best blood pressure control comes when medication is combined with consistent lifestyle improvements. Think of the pill as a support beam, not the whole structure. The rest must be built with daily choices. So if you're depending only on medication and ignoring your habits, it's time to reframe your approach. Ask yourself, are you moving enough? Are you choosing heart-friendly meals? Are you doing anything each day to manage your stress? Because when lifestyle and medication work together, blood pressure control becomes stronger, more stable, and far safer. Mistake number 7, standing up too fast. It sounds harmless, just standing up from a chair or bed. But for seniors, especially those managing blood pressure with medication, this simple movement can become a silent threat. Standing too quickly can trigger a sudden drop or spike in blood pressure, leading to dizziness, unsteadiness, and even dangerous falls. This condition is called orthostatic hypotension. It happens when your body can't adjust fast enough to the change in position. Blood momentarily pools in the lower body, causing pressure to drop and leaving you feeling lightheaded. And if you're already taking blood pressure medication, the effect can be even more pronounced. But it's not just about feeling dizzy. A sudden drop in blood pressure can reduce blood flow to your brain. That increases the risk of fainting or losing balance, which can lead to falls, one of the most serious dangers for seniors. On the flip side, some seniors may also experience a rise in pressure when standing due to stiff arteries or disrupted signaling from the nervous system. It's a double-edged sword. Both the rise and fall can be risky, and both are more likely if you're not standing up properly. So what should you do? Start by slowing down. Before rising from bed, sit on the edge for a moment. Let your body adjust before you stand. If you're in a chair, pause for a few seconds after getting upright. Feel steady? Then begin walking. Also, stay aware of how your body reacts. If you notice dizziness, blurred vision, or a sudden wave of weakness after standing, tell your doctor. Your medications may need adjustment, or there may be underlying circulation issues that need to be addressed. Hydration plays a role too. Dehydrated seniors are more prone to pressure shifts, so make sure you're sipping water throughout the day. Avoid large meals, alcohol, or hot environments right before standing. These can all contribute to sudden changes. Postural blood pressure changes might seem like a small detail, but they can have major consequences if ignored. They lead to falls, which lead to injuries. And for older adults, those injuries can mean long recoveries, hospital visits, and a loss of independence. Don't let a simple habit like standing too fast undo the rest of your hard work managing blood pressure. Be deliberate, be aware, and take those few extra seconds every time you rise. It could save you from a serious fall and a major health setback. Conclusion: how many of these mistakes have quietly crept into your routine? Even one can raise your risk more than you think. Drop your number in the comments. We're all learning together. And if you're serious about protecting your blood pressure, hit that subscribe button now. Let's make smarter choices every single day.